In this video, I'm going to share with you how I built a $500,000 social media marketing agency in less than 10 months. All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to this video. I'm very excited to share with you some of my experience and how I built a social media marketing agency to over $500,000 in less than 10 months. So with that being said, let's just jump into a little bit of a background and then I'll go into the more tactical things and show you kind of the agenda of what we got going on in today's video. So first things first, if you don't know me, my name is Justin Saunders. My experience level in the social media marketing space is for over 5 years. So the stuff I'm going to share with you in this video, I don't want you to think that I just randomly quit my 9 to 5 and went in here and built a $500,000 social media marketing agency in less than 10 months. However, I did do that, but it was, there's a lot more experience that goes into play with this. And my goal and objective for this call is to share a lot of things that you can use to help build your agency and help get you to the next level as well. So the time frame on what we're going to be covering in this case study today is we started this new agency in January 1st, 2021. And the time period, the stamps that I'm going to cover with you on here is to October 1st, 2021. And the niche is solar. And if you check out over here, here's a brand new BMW X6 that I bought. And I'm currently living here in Florida and absolutely love it. So what I'm going to share with you here, it works. It's a great way to build good income. And let's just jump into it. So first things first, let's cover the agenda. The agenda on what I have prepared for you guys in this video lesson is my story. Very quickly going to share with you how I got started, where I'm at today. We're going to keep that very short because I've been through a lot of these presentations, as I'm sure you have as well. And I want to, focus a lot of the time on things that are going to be actionable towards you. But in order for that to make sense, you got to hear a little bit more about how I got to where I'm at now. Sound good? Cool. So the next part is transparency. I'm just going to be an open book with you. I'm going to show you my Stripe account. I'm going to show you the Facebook ads, like actual screenshots, and share with you just being open, honest, and 100% transparent. The next is our services. I'm going to share with you what the actual services and the offer was that we are selling, and still to this day that we are, and how we are expanding. And the next is my honest experience, how much I personally work, what are our profit margins, what has been my experience in the social media marketing space, the sales side, the fulfillment side. I've done it all, and I'm going to share my honest experience with you guys in this call. Going on, number 5 is client acquisition. This is probably the most juicy subject in this space, is how do you get clients predictably? I'm telling you, once I cracked the code to client acquisition, my businesses blew up. And ultimately, that is one of the goals I have for you, is to help you crack the code to client acquisition as well. The next is, how in the world do we do this? And what are my top tips for you where you're at right now? And more importantly, how to get to the next level. And then lastly, we'll leave it open for a little bit of a Q&A at the end of this. So let's just talk about my quick story. I'm going to move my camera here. My goal for this call is to try to just get through everything without doing a bunch of edits. So if you hear any ums, ands, it's, cuss words, you know the drill. Just run with it. So my story, and I put this quote in here because I think it kind of goes a lot with my story and a lot of the clients that I've worked with, is chase the vision, not the money. The money will end up following you. The reason I put this in here is because for a very long time, I chased the money. And when I chased the money, I felt like I was in a constant rat race of always trying to do something new, trying to do something better, trying to outperform somebody else. And then once I got clear with my vision, that's when everything changed. So if you're somebody that's chasing the money right now, I get it. I've been there. You've got to chase the money at some point, especially when you're first getting started. But just know when you really hit that next level is when you're chasing the vision, which kind of goes into play is like what I'm going to share with you guys in here is like, understand we all start from somewhere. Everybody is in a different place right now. Your chapter 1 is different than my chapter, whatever chapter you would say I'm on right now. And the reason I want to say this disclaimer out here is especially in this online space, there's a lot of great people and there's a lot of not so great people. My goal is to be 100% honest and open with each and every single one of you. And just as I mentioned before, don't compare my chapter with your chapter. Everyone's somewhere different. So you might be someone that's just now getting into this space. You might be someone that's been doing this for a while. It doesn't matter. Get out of the comparison mode. Just understand there's levels to this. And as long as you're just leveling up, you're going to be making big moves. So quick background on me. 2018, I quit my sales job. I was actually a sales rep for a print and digital company called The Odyssey. And I was going door to door selling print and digital ads. And it was not a lot of fun, needless to say, going door to door in Kentucky when it was hot in the summer, super humid, and then super cold in the winter. So I basically went all in on my own agency, and I went all in on this based off of an ad that I saw online. Can you guess it? Can you guess which ad it is? Let me know down in the comments if you have an idea. I'm sure we can probably all relate. But when I did this, it was funny because everyone thought I was crazy, but I had this vision that I knew where I wanted to go. And when you have those visions that are just super clear, you can't stop. You'll go all in on it. And that's what I did. So lost a lot of friends, lost a lot of good relationships, but I've progressed, and I can say I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life where I'm at right now with the people I'm surrounded with, family members that love me, and the amount of money that I'm making. So it was this big struggle in 2018, to say the least. But going into 2019, I figured out how to build messaging and offers that were compelling to business owners and crack the code to client acquisition. Again, this wasn't just some overnight magic pill, right? Like, I spent a lot of time doing this. I invested a lot of money. I invested literally all the money I made in 2019 into coaches, mentors, finding the right people, finding the solutions. And then in 2020 is when I built my first $1 million business. And it was an agency that was doing really well. And I let it completely fall off and destroy. And you might be saying, Justin, why? The reason is because, and I talk about this a lot if you've been following me, is the foundation towards any business is huge. And when you build a business the wrong way with the wrong foundation, it will crack, it will crumble, and it will fall. And that's basically what happened to my agency in 2020 is we're getting clients consistently. We were doing really good. But the foundation wasn't built the right way. So 2021, after all the chaos and everything that was going on in the world, everything started simmering down a little bit, decided to completely start a brand new agency in the solar space. A little feedback on that. 2020 was mostly in the healthcare. We were doing chiropractic, stem cell, weight loss, neuropathy, all kinds of different small offers in the healthcare industry. And in 2021, completely just cut it off and started a brand new agency focusing in on solar, only solar. And this is the agency that we built it with the actual foundation that I've learned from my previous years. And now this business runs 100% without me, and I work less than 4 hours per week. More on that in a minute. Now, you might be wondering, what are our services? What do we offer? What is it that makes us stand apart from everybody else? And why do people buy from us? I keep it dumb simple. And what I'm going to share with you here, you're probably going to be blown away. But this thing that I found about running online businesses, especially social media marketing agencies, is keep it dumb simple. Our services are strictly just lead generation for solar companies. Now, you might be like, well, why don't you just offer SEO, all this stuff, management and all this? And it's one of the things I always talk about is simplicity scales. That's the most simple term I can give you, is simplicity scales. And all we've offered is lead generation. Simple as that for solar. And that's been the most productive thing we've ever done. And with that, we have a guarantee in play where we offer our leads based off the package the client wants. It starts at a minimum of 25 leads per client, and then there's no limit to that. We have some clients that are paying us $10,000 a month. We have some clients that are paying us at the bare minimum of, I believe at this time we've raised our prices to $3,500. But we actually have had clients in the past, lowest when we first started this, probably like a $2K. I believe is the smallest we've ever offered this service. So we always offer a full guarantee. Highly suggest that you do that inside your business if you haven't yet. And then also, without where we're at right now, we're in the solar space, but we're just now branching out into the roofing industry. And this is something that, we've had a lot of opportunities in the past, turned down a lot of clients, but specifically right now we're doing this because we have the solar part is streamlined. And now the next step for us to scale this is to keep going, expanding into the roofing, which is very similar to solar, just a little bit different. And it's cool because of a lot of our clients that do solar are also into roofing. So point being, and why I wanted to harp on that is, if you are, depending on where you're at right now, if you're doing less than 100K in your business, or even honestly less than 500K, you should all be in one industry and master that industry first. We keep it simple, one offer with one bonus. We offer lead generation and a database reactivation. A database reactivation is where we just go out there and reactivate an old list. Highly suggest you have this in your offer because you can use this as a unique marketing angle. Nothing more, nothing less. If you want to know more info on database reactivations and how they work, let me know down in the comments down below. And you can see this picture over here is of me in New York. It's been a while since I've been in New York, but I like that picture. Now let's cover the real numbers. And as you can see in this small little image right here, this is a screenshot of our Stripe account. Now, don't worry, because I know how it is, guys. There's always somebody out in the crowd going, well, that's just a screenshot. It's not true. Listen, I get it. I'm going to share with you my actual Stripe account here in a second, just because I love proving the haters wrong. And if you are a hater, drop a comment down below. Let me know that you are a hater, because that's the type of stuff that fuels me. But if you are somebody that's real, I appreciate you. So here's the numbers, and I'll jump into the screenshot here in a second. So here's the real numbers. We've collected $558,700 in the past 10 months. Out of that money, $523,400 has actually hit the bank account. I'll share with you in a second how this makes sense. Out of there, we've collected 120 new customers, a total of 2 disputes. Cover that in a second. And out of all this, you might be saying, well, Justin, you could spend $500,000 on ads like most of these e-commerce people do and have a big number that they show. I get it. I'm not like that. In fact, we've only spent $16,137.46 on ads to make over 500,000. Now, some of that's organic, which I'll share with you here in a second. But from those numbers, we've collected 1,864 leads. And out of that, our profit margins in this business is 62% profit margins. And I'll go over more in detail here in a second, the profit margins. Now, let me just jump into my other screen and share with you the actual Stripe account and come over and discuss some of the numbers for you. All right, so we are inside one of my Stripe accounts over here. And if you guys have been following me for a while, I run multiple businesses. This particular one, I'm going to share with you this one agency. So you can see right here, January 1st to October 31st. I'm trying to go in here and put October 01, but just being real with you guys, like it just keeps updating and saying the selected dates were rounded to match this unit. So realistically, probably closer to maybe like 530,000. Stripe won't give me an accurate number. Not sure why, just saying it's going to round there. So let's just go with this number. If you can see right here, net volume sales, this is actually what was collected in the bank. So out of there was probably like $20,000, $30,000 maybe in refunds or in Stripe fees, all kinds of small things like that. You can see we've collected 120 new customers, 214 successful payments. And out of this, which I really like, because when I first started doing this, my average spend per customer was around $500 to $1,000. Now we're up to almost $5,000, coming in hot at $4,695.08 per customer. That's out of these all these customers here. Dispute activity, which is another number that I'm excited about as well, is we've only had 2 disputes this year. And kind of going back towards really quickly why my agency in the past crumbled and failed is we did not have the best client success side of things. I'll be totally honest with you. client success is definitely a learning curve when you're in the social media marketing space, at least for me, when we focus a lot of our time and attention on getting clients. So I'm really happy to say, out of all of these, we've only had 2 unhappy customers, and I'm not going to get in the details on these 2 specific, very unique individuals, but just know we did everything we promised we would do. Naturally, it's part of the game, but these are numbers we're working with right now, and I'm pretty excited to scale this going into 2022. So that's a real inside look into my Stripe account right there. All right, and very quickly, I'm going to share with you a screenshot of our Facebook ad account where you can see right here, $16,137.46. We've collected a total of 1,864 leads. January 1st, October 1st. Again, probably a couple days mix up right there with October 1st and 31st, just because Stripe for some reason wouldn't let me actually put the 31st on here. But onwards and upwards, let's go over my honest experience with running an agency, and more importantly, building this agency up. The good, the bad, and the facts is what I'm going to cover with you guys on here. And I'm going to kind of just jump into this and take it off of the screen and just get real with you guys real quick, if that's cool with you. Because to be honest with you, running an agency is a lot of work. It's not easy. It's complicated. But when you crack the code and you get good at this, there is a lot of potential. And when I mean potential, I mean a lot of upwards potential, because to be real with you guys, I personally work less than 4 hours a week on my agency right now. And it just continues to produce cash flow consistently over and over and over again, whether I'm sleeping, whether I'm traveling the world, wherever I am in the world, like my business is growing by myself. And it wasn't always like that, right? Like there's a lot of things I had to test, a lot of money I had to invest, a lot of team members I had to hire, a lot of team members I had to fire. But that's business. And I'm just going to be real with you guys. Like if you're somebody that's starting from zero right now and you have zero experience in the business world and you're expecting to get to $500,000 in a year, chances are it's probably not going to happen unless you get really good and have money to invest with. That's the biggest thing I would say is like stack up cash, invest it, find the right type of people, and then go all in. Going back to the good on this is, the agency space, highly recommended for anyone that is, looking for more time, more freedom, more money coming in. But I do have to say, if you're somebody that expects to hit the magic pill button and have everything just magically work overnight and fall in your lap and you become a billionaire in 24 hours, this might not be the best thing for you. But if you're somebody that wants to build a legit business and have something that will produce for you for, could be forever or however long you want it to be, or maybe even sell it at some point, like this is a very good business model that I would highly recommend that you all get involved with. And let's just jump back in here to make sure I didn't forget anything. We talked about the good, the money, the freedom, culture. I think the digital marketing space is one of the better spaces out there where you find the right type of people to build your empire with. It's a lot of fun. I've honestly met some of the best people I know from this online space just by meeting on a Zoom call or whatever. Like one of my old roommates, we met literally because I interviewed him on a Zoom call and became one of my best friends. So I think this industry is really cool. You can meet a lot of good people as well. The bad behind this is, when you're first getting started, it does require a lot of time, to be real with you, just like any business. So you got to make sure you have time, or if you don't have time, you have money to replace your time. Next is service-based business. You do deal with a lot of businesses that just aren't good at running businesses. Like, to be real with you, not everybody is good at running businesses. In fact, most people aren't good, to be real with you. So understand you are in the service-based business. And then again, running a business is not easy. It's really not. But when you get it down, it's fun. I think it's a lot of fun and you can make a lot of money doing it. So the facts behind this, I think this personally is one of the best business models that you could possibly get into. And just depending on what your goals are. I mean, a lot of this has to do with, if you're wanting to just build this up 0 to 10K a month, you could do it all by yourself. If you're wanting to do it where you're at 0 to 500K, like what we did, we have a solid team in play. Like this business doesn't run on autopilot because I just have like some small and little zaps in the background. No, like I have a team that does the back end for me because I've vetted them out, I've hired, I've trained, and that's really what it comes down to, is what your goals are with this. So depending on what your goals are, this business model could probably be a really good one for you. If you want to learn more and you're just new to the SMMA space, I'll have a video I'll link down below, or you can just check out on my channel that talks about like what an SMMA is and how to get started with one. Client acquisition. Let's talk about my particular client acquisition strategies and how they've worked for us and what I'd recommend for you guys. So client acquisition, after doing this for 5+ years and doing every type of client acquisition system that you could possibly think of, I promise you, I guarantee you I've done everything that you possibly could think of. The simple answer is every industry is different, but paid ads are typically the ones that work the best. Now, if you don't have any money, don't just go put it into paid ads. Paid ads are something where when you have an offer down and you've proven that it works, paid ads are really an accelerator to help you hit the next level. So for what we've done in this case study I'm sharing with you is we've done a lot of paid ads. I mean, I've showed you, honestly, we could have spent a lot more money on paid ads this year. Going into 2020, 2022, we're probably going to 5x that just so we can really scale this. But just right now, like that's, I mean, what was it? $16,000 over 10 months. What is that? It's almost, it's like 1,500 a month roughly, which again, we're going to really be scaling that moving forward. But if you can get into paid ads and you have an offer that's ready to rock and roll, 100% suggest doing it. And if you need more help doing that, I would suggest like finding somebody that has experience. If you're looking for that, like reach out to me. I have a lot of success doing that. As well as Facebook ads, we've done organic, and we've done Facebook organic, Instagram organic, email. I like quality emails. I don't like the whole thing where you send 1,000 emails a day and it's just all super spam. We've done that. And let's be honest, it's 2022, depending on when you're watching this video. Like we're going into 2022. There's no reason to spam people. Like you check your inbox right now, it's annoying, right? So like treat people how you'd like to be treated. Go with quality. And that works really well. LinkedIn has been a game changer. We've made a lot of money off LinkedIn, and same with SMS, social media or text messaging. It has been huge. It's been one of the ways that we've scaled a lot as well, is just by getting phone numbers and texting them. So those are the strategies we've used. There's not really much magic behind this. It's like, let's get a lot of outreach out, have a good offer in play, and have good copyright. I think that's a big thing that I've noticed in this space is focus on your copywriting skills. A lot of people suck at copyright. I was terrible at first, but once you get good at this and you practice, you can only get better. How and top tips. So how in the world do we do this? Like, what were the main things that made us build a $500,000 agency in less than 10 months? And what are my top tips? So first things first, guys, got to find a way to stand out, especially if you are somebody that is going after very competitive industries. You have to figure out a way to stand out and separate yourself apart of the competition. Kind of like what I talked to you guys about earlier in here about having a database reactivation as a like bonus offer. You can use that. I'll give you a little tip. We use that as a marketing service about being able to stand out. I'm not going to go in the twos and the hows and the whats, but what I'll say, if you're watching this, because I appreciate you, I'll pick 3 people that comment on here and help you craft your unique offer and tell you how we are using our database reactivation as a way of really getting people in and separating ourselves apart from the competition. This is something we typically only share with our higher ticket clients, but since you're on here, I appreciate you. Drop a comment and I'll pick 3 winners and share with that, and I'll help you actually create that. So finding a way to stand out is huge. There's a lot of different ways you can do that. Spend some time figuring that out. Offer something that's different than what everyone else does. Again, that's kind of finding a way to stand out. You just got to be different. If you do the same thing as everybody else, you're going to get the same results. Simple as that. Build a strong team. This is one thing that I've realized, depending again on your goals. If you're just wanting to build this to a $10,000 a month agency, you could probably do this all by yourself. You don't need a team. But if you're really wanting to scale this and free up your time, you got to have the right people. Next, don't don't get too attached to the numbers, especially with money. Money is literally just a number. Get your emotions out of money and just understand that it's just numbers at the end of the day. Beginner, if you're a complete beginner, get into a blue ocean industry. I'm actually releasing a video this next week. So depending on when you're watching this video, check my channel on how to get into a blue ocean industry. I'm going to be giving out the best industries to go into in the year of 2022. And if you are a beginner, or even if you're just kind of getting started and you already have some clients, if you're somebody that's going after what we call a red ocean industry, like real estate, Kairos, gyms, things like that, find an industry that is better. And you'll definitely want to watch that next video. Next, enjoy the process. You guys are building a business. You're doing something that 1% of people in this world will never do. Like, enjoy the process. The thing I always tell my clients is, because I do a lot of coaching with agency owners, the thing I always tell my clients is, you can't possibly fail if you just keep going. Like, you literally cannot fail as long as you don't give up. It's really that simple. I promise you. I don't know anyone that's been doing this for 5 years that has failed. Like, that just isn't making money, right? Unless you just get here and stare at a computer screen all day. But you're better than that. So enjoy the process, and then find someone that has the results you want and get mentored. Like, just being real with you guys, no one has ever done this themselves. I hate when people tell me, hey, well, I'm just going to keep trying what I'm doing. I'm going to figure out myself. It's like, okay, what, 10 years later, do you want to have a conversation, see where you're at? How'd it go by getting there yourself? No, you've got to find somebody that has the results that you want and then pay them to shortcut your learning curve. That's how I got to where I'm at. If you ask any successful person, that's how they got to where they're at as well. Like, there's no magic pill. You just have to find someone and pay them. You have to detach your mind to money, because you're going to have to invest money to get to the next level. And that's a simple solution. Like, the biggest thing I can tell you is, like, invest money to shortcut the learning curve. That's what I've done. And it's worked off pretty well for me. I mean, anytime I can put $10,000 in and get a 10x return, absolutely, 100%. Like, look at it as an ROI standpoint. A lot of times people are just too short wired in their head. It's like, all right, if I'm going to invest $5,000 right now, I'm going to be out $5,000. They don't think of, okay, if I invest $5,000 right now and I learned a lifelong skill that's going to make me the money for the rest of my life and make me $25,000, that's where the real money is. That's how you need to think about things. So I encourage you to really step your game up when it comes to your mental side of things on investing, because that's been huge for me. And then if you are just getting started, you can go ahead, and I'll leave a link down below. I have a agency launch map course. It's literally only $7. Honestly, the information in there I've sold for over $900. So I'm just doing this to kind of say, hey, welcome into my world. I want to help you build this agency and keep following my journey and me on YouTube. So that's why I'm giving it away for $7. Like, there's no gimmicks to it. If you're not happy with it, just reach out to the email that's provided. 100% money back guarantee. To this date, no one's ever requested a refund, because again, it's only $7. You could literally just not go to Chipotle for a day and get this, and it'll be a skill set to help you go get some clients. So in there, we'll teach you actually how to get clients and how to get started with an agency. And this is a really good starting point. And now that about wraps up everything that we've covered on this call. Really, what I want to do now is I want to help you guys out. I want to interact. I want to engage. I want to help you get to the next level. So with that being said, for anyone that comments on this video down below, I will reply and give you my honest answers, my honest feedback on whatever it is in the world you need help with. It could be about social media marketing agency. It could be about life. It could be about dating. It could be about crypto. It could be about Blipto. I don't care, whatever it is. It's my way of saying, hey, I want to help you out. And in return, my selfishness on this is it'll help boost the algorithm, and maybe you'll like more of my stuff and subscribe. So with that being said, me being real to you guys, welcome into my world. I want to help out. Drop your best comment down below. I'm going to pick 3 people to actually help and build that irresistible offer with. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.